Struggling to make progress on your content projects, we are not talking about your ongoing content calendar, although that can be a hurdle too, but really about those one-time, creatively taxing content projects that require lots of copy and lots of content. Things like sales funnels, launches, websites, new offers, and so on. I have seen those things stay in purgatory for years for some business owners who have the best of intentions and know that these projects are important, but cannot for the life of them make time to get them done. So in this video, I'm giving you my 3 biggest hacks for making fast progress on your content projects. As a content coach and strategist, I work with a lot of business owners and helping them start and, more importantly, finish big content projects. From strategy to execution to launch, there are a lot of moving parts in these projects, and it's no wonder why you might feel overwhelmed and struggling to make headway on them on top of everything else you have to do day in and day out in your business. In my previous video, we chatted about the 5 content projects that'll make you the most money. So if you're wondering what content projects you should have time for and make time for, that will have you covered. And if you want my free content project planner, make sure to grab the link in the description because this tool specifically is designed for breaking down and getting content projects done and actually has these 3 hacks that I'm going to cover built right into it. So with that, let's dive in and talk about the 3 strategies and hacks for making progress fast on your content projects. Hack number 1 is the margin hack. This is my favorite because it's the least intrusive way to whatever else you're working on. So if you are a busy business owner, which I'm assuming you are, with a lot of different things on your plate like client work, big deliverables, or family stuff, this is the perfect way to sneak in progress on your content project. Here is how it works. Step number 1, take the content project that you're working on and break it into specific pieces of content. Here are some examples. So if I were launching and needed a bunch of sales emails, each of these emails would be a piece of content. If I were preparing a 5-day challenge and each day included, say, a worksheet and slides, I would maybe have each day be a specific piece of content. Or if I'm feeling ambitious, I would make each worksheet and each set of daily slides a piece of content each. So it'd either be 5 days or 10 days. If I happen to be using this for a blog post or a video script, each blog post or video script is one piece of content. Step number 2 is to assign pieces of content to each workday, usually 1 per day, but you could do more as you start to get quicker. Step number 3 is for each piece of content you need to come up with an outline that includes 5 to 8 sections or questions that you need to answer for that piece of content. Step number 4, review your to-do list for the day or your Pomodoro list for the day and add in a 5-minute break after each one for your margin writing. I call this writing in the margins. Step number 5, complete the first item or Pomodoro on your to-do list and then follow that up with 5 minutes of writing. The goal is to complete 1 section per writing break. Then by the end of the day, not only do you have your to-do list done, but you also have 1 or more pieces of content written too. By the end of the week, you'll shock yourself by having 5 of those pieces done that you didn't really need to dedicate or find extra time for. You wouldn't believe how much writing I get created each week just using this in the margins hack. Hack number 2 is the daily content habit hack. This is another one of my go-tos. I even created an app all about it, and it's based around the motto of create before you consume. For this hack, you'll dedicate a set block of time, 25 minutes or less, to writing before you tackle anything else on your to-do list. I actually like to include this as the final step in my morning routine, so I start the day having already accomplished something. The key to this hack, though, is to come up with your list of daily content habit prompts before you sit down to write so that you don't waste any time thinking about what you're going to write about and can just get down to creating. Here is how it works. Step number 1, at the start of the week, come up with a list of 5 daily content projects or prompts. If you want to set yourself up even more for success, you can go ahead and set up a doc for each one of these and add a simple outline at the top of 3 to 5 sections or questions that you want to answer as part of this prompt. Then step number 2, at the start of your day, open up your first or next doc, set a Pomodoro timer for 25 minutes or less, and try to answer each question before the timer goes off. off. Step number 3, at the end of your week, go through your daily docs and process your writing. What's ready for editing? What project files should they go into? And what's the next step for completing this piece? Here are some examples of this hack in action. You could use it for webinar speaking notes. So choose the 5 sections of your webinar: the introduction, topic 1, topic 2, topic 3, and your sales invitation. Set up a doc for each of these with a little outline at the top, and every morning for a week, finish one of these docs. At the end of the week, go through and finalize your webinar storyboards and speaking notes so that you're ready to start designing the slides. Also, for a live event, so something like a challenge or something like a video series, create a doc for your event messaging, your opt-in page, your welcome emails, your promo messages, and your invite emails. You can add an outline or 5 to 8 questions at the top of each doc, and each day complete one of those docs. Each one builds upon the previous so that the messaging work that you do on day 1 can be expanded on for day 2, and so on. At the end of the week, go through your writing and finalize copy for the event before moving into design, and you'll be all ready for your event sign-up system. Hack number 3 is the content project sprint. This is another goodie, but admittedly not one that I'm the best at all of the time for my own projects. You can blame my multi-passionate, can't pick a lane side for that. This one requires putting aside anywhere from 1 to 10 days, sometimes more, to focus entirely on one project. You're not really working on anything else during that sprint. You're able to really keep focus. I liken this one to a little bit like the 12-week years, 2-week sprints in the much touted book by Brian P. Moran and Michael Lennington. Here's how it works. You have a big project you need to do. You estimate how long it's going to take you to get it done without any distractions. You break your list up into 2-hour sprints and put aside as many days as you need to complete all of your 2-hour sprints with scheduled brain and movement breaks in between. I personally like to use a Scrum board with columns to do, in progress, and done to motivate myself during these breaks. This hack works best for projects that need to be up sooner than later and that you'd benefit from dedicated focus on, like a website, a sales funnel, or even a brand new offer. I actually use this every year during my annual content planning sprint. And so what I will do is I will usually go book into a hotel or an Airbnb or a little getaway, and I will just focus for that 2 to 3 days solely on planning and preparing for the next year. So let me know in the comments which one of these 3 hacks best suits your productivity style. And if you want to grab my content project planning template that is specifically built around these 3 content project progress hacks, you'll find the link in the description down below. If this video helped you, hit like and subscribe to know when my next video goes live. And until next time, happy content empire building.